Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. I'm not a babyface. I'm not a heel. I'm a human being. That's what John Cena tells the WWE fans on the March 17th edition of Monday Night Raw in his first public appearance with WWE since turning on Cody Rhodes, kicking him right in the wiener, and joining forces with The Rock. John Cena talks about being in an abusive relationship with the WWE fans for the last 20 years. And through that relationship, they forced him to become this person. So he's not going to change his music. He's not going to change his attire. This is John Cena now because of how the fans treated him as a puppet over the last 20 years. Always saying, let's go Cena. Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. And John Cena says he's sick of it. He's tired of it. Now, I do believe that John Cena believed in what he was saying over the last 20 years, and now something has switched in him. Something has switched in John where now he believes that what he's saying now to be true, that he believes the WWE fans treated him badly and poorly, and they abused him, and they used him as a puppet. And even when he was winning a lot and carrying the company and doing the best he could do and doing Make-A-Wish Foundation and all this stuff, they still didn't appreciate fully what they had until he decided that he was going to go on his farewell tour. And on that farewell tour, people were finally excited and giving him his flowers and appreciating him. And he realized, I don't want to be manipulated by them anymore. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win this 17th world title, and I'm going to become my true self. That's what John Cena was trying to explain in his first promo after, quote unquote, turning heel, even though he says he's not a babyface, he's not a heel, he's just a human being. Obviously that's true, but he is a bad guy now. You can see his face. Cody Rhodes comes out. He says, listen, kid. That's such a demeaning way to say something. Listen, sport, I got something to tell you. Cody Rhodes is the quarterback. Cody Rhodes is the face of WWE. He's no kid to anyone, especially not John Cena, since they're going into an intense fight at WrestleMania 41, where Cody Rhodes looks to prevent John from making history and winning that 17th world title. Cody Rhodes came out, great, said great stuff. The whole segment was like 25 minutes of TV, was really awesome. They're going to be under the same roof again on Friday Night SmackDown. I imagine this time there'll be much less words and more punches, more kicks, more brawling, more fighting, because now I know, now we know, and Cody Rhodes knows, John Cena's exact intentions. We wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. What's John going to say? Maybe he had one bad night. Maybe he was going to apologize. Maybe he was going to say that something came over him, or The Rock gave him money, or he held something over his head. No, he willingly did that to Cody Rhodes and all of the WWE fans. Now we know. Now we know his intentions. Now we know. So does Cody Rhodes. So words are done. Let's fight. Because we have about 2 days until WrestleMania 41. We have the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Will there be any stipulations? Will there be any added participants? Where's The Rock's involvement? Travis Scott's involvement? Will we see a Stone Cold Steve Austin involvement? Things are picking up, and John Cena sucks. So I just want to make sure that's very clear to everyone. There's no Let's Go Cena anymore. It's just John Cena sucks. Now we move on to another absolute stud that's probably going to have a big WrestleMania, and that's Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker wrestled Finn Balor in the main event on the March 17th edition of Monday Night Raw, but really that was to set up Braun Breaker versus Penta. Now, I originally thought it may be a fatal 4-way of Braun Breaker, Penta, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor. But AJ Styles, I believe, is going to wrestle Logan Paul at WrestleMania. So they may add Ludwig Kaiser to that match. So it may be a Braun Breaker, Penta, Ludwig Kaiser, Finn Balor fatal 4-way. They also maybe add Sheamus in there. Maybe a 5-way, maybe a ladder match. But potentially it looks like they're going Braun Breaker versus Penta at WrestleMania 41, which I hope Penta does not win. I believe he's going to lose steam and be just another guy on the roster within the next 6 months because there's just not much he can do except for what he's shown. Yes, the presentation is awesome, and the presentation in WWE is extremely important. So is the song, and so is all of those sorts of things. But as a wrestler, as a communicator, I'm not super sold on him, but people seem to really like him. And so I'm not going to tell someone they shouldn't like someone. That's awesome if you like him, if you love him, if you enjoy watching him. Fuck yeah, that's sweet. I think Braun Breaker should absolutely dominate and win and beat him and should hold the IC title as long as he can until he's ready to immediately jump into that main event picture, because we know Braun Breaker is working with Paul Heyman to get him ready for those main event spots and that main event title run. I believe it'll happen maybe 2025. He just carries the IC title, has a bunch of good matches, has a great feud with Penta at WrestleMania, big moment, and then 2026 is maybe where he comes alive because John Cena will be gone. There'll be another spot open for someone in the main event spot, and that could be Braun Breaker. But I believe it's going to be Braun Breaker versus Penta for the IC title at WrestleMania. Potentially there could be some other participants. Potentially it could be a ladder match, but I think that's where they're headed, because right now both guys are really over. Penta is really over right now. The fans really do like him. I'm not super sold on him. I absolutely love Braun Breaker, and so I am excited for that match. I think it will be great. But speaking of course, WrestleMania, because we're on the road to WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania season. Let's talk about what potentially is going to be the main event of night one. We know main event of night two is going to be John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. But there's a couple options for the main event of night one, because we're seeing now that they're going to lead to Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. Because we saw the contract signing between Io Sky and Bianca Belair. Then Rhea Ripley comes out, beats the shit out of everyone, signs her name on the contract. They have more stuff going on backstage. She beats more people up. She's just basically forcing her way into that match because she's so upset how she lost and disappointed herself when she lost to Io Sky, got distracted, didn't keep her eye on the ball, and lost her championship. Now she's forcing her way into that match, which is going to be a massive triple threat match at WrestleMania for the women's title of Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. So that could potentially main event night one, potentially, because you're not going to see Charlotte and Tiffany main event night one. You're not going to see Jey Uso and Gunther main event night one. I think the main event of night one only really has two options. We have that one that I just talked about, and we have another triple threat that could potentially main event night one as well, which is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Now, I don't know if you want to have two triple threat matches on one night of WrestleMania, so I think potentially one option is Io, Bianca, and Rhea main event night one, and then you move, and then also on night one you have Jey Uso and Gunther, and then night two potentially you have the triple threat of Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, and then obviously you have John Cena and Cody Rhodes as that main event of night two. But what I think personally is that the main event of night one should be Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and the main event of night two should be John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Those are the two biggest matches that you could possibly have on the WrestleMania card with the most buzz, the most steam, and the most star power. I'm not disrespecting or downgrading the Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley match. It's going to be huge. It's massive, huge implications, unbelievable match. I'm not as excited as for Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. Still going to be a great match. Same with Jey Uso and Gunther. But I think the two biggest matches at WrestleMania this year are going to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, and then John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. So that's my prediction for night one and night two main event. We'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how everything plays out. But man, fucking road to WrestleMania is sick. John Cena sucks. Just make sure that we stamp that point down. And please comment below if you have any thoughts, predictions, questions, comments, things you're thinking about, whatever it is. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to keep building this channel with you guys. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.